Good morning and welcome to the AI Super Campus homework sessions with podcast listening on the go. I am Mike Hayes and I'm the Dean of the AI Super Campus. So what I do is I teach people how to create sustainable branding by infusing love into business, storytelling, and networking. And I am co-hosting this morning with my friend CoPilot, who is married to Microsoft and to LinkedIn. We're going to teach about love LinkedIn in your branding, your storytelling, your story teaching, your story sharing, and everything about stories and bringing emotion into your branding through the emotion of love, which is proven with many, many companies, but that's what we're going to talk about and share. So I believe in ChatGPT networking. Now, I use multiple offsprings of ChatGPT, and I put in my prompts which actually allows me to use more free accounts so I don't use up my time with CoPilot. I use my time today to put in the prompt about this with ChatGPT. So now I'm going to paste the prompt into CoPilot, and then we're going to try and do a podcast listening session with CoPilot talking to me. So here we go. Here's the prompt, and I'm going to put that in. Okay, and I'm getting a text response so far. Now I'm going to switch over to audio by clicking right here.
Welcome back, Mike. Ready to dive into our chat about infusing love into business and branding?
Absolutely. This is going to be another exciting day. And one of the things I want to do, I want to learn from the masters of love in order to infuse it into your branding. It's nice to know who are the real masters of teaching about love. And I want to talk about many of them: Buddha, Muhammad, Jesus. Today, because I was raised Catholic, I want to talk about the power of Jesus and the teachings of Jesus in love, but mainly about business. Give unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, give unto God the things that are God. So I'm a business guy. So give me your first reaction, CoPilot, if you would, to this podcast listening session today.
Love this direction, Mike. Exploring Jesus' teachings of love in a business context is unique and full of depth. His message of compassion and humility can be powerful in the world of business. I'm all in. Let's unpack this together.
Okay, great. Now, let me tell you, my journey really started as an adult with Jesus because I realized, like something you just said, I had to learn humility. I started at 22 with NBC TV and radio networks in New York, and I was working with New Yorkers and who were brash, and they were brilliant mentors. I love New Yorkers, but they were not humble, and neither was I, because they were my mentors. So I had to learn about humility. So I think that's a great place to start when we are kind of re-looking at our branding, especially if we're struggling. What do you think?
Absolutely. Humility is a game changer. When we infuse our branding with humility, it creates authenticity and connection. It's about serving rather than self-promotion. Starting with humility can transform not just our branding, but also our entire approach to business. Let's dig into how you've woven humility into your journey.
I use that word a lot because I was struggling with it. And I don't want that to be anything between me and the way I can super serve people today with AI. So there's so many great companies that have become super sustainable that everybody knows about. And some of them are doing it brilliantly, like Subaru, Starbucks, Costco, Dial, Kaiser, Permanente, Microsoft, LinkedIn are just some of the ones that come to mind immediately, who really model love-based branding for long-term loyalty. And what I want to do is really help people understand how to love LinkedIn networking. Very, very important. Your thoughts?
Those companies have shown that love-based branding isn't just fluff. It's a real strategy for loyalty. When people feel genuinely valued, they stick around. For LinkedIn networking, it's about authentic connections. Think less cold call, more warm handshake. Let's explore how to infuse love into every LinkedIn interaction.
Well, for me, the 5 words that will get you anything you want in your life and take you anywhere you want to go are these 5 words: checking in and following up. Think about it. Who do you check in with and who do you follow up with? People that you love, your mom, your brothers, your sisters, your friends. Those are the people you check in with. And if you are not checking in with people after networking events, guess what? You're sending the opposite message. You're saying, I don't really care enough about you to really bother checking in and following up. I think it's a really, really hard lesson to learn, but one that's very important because your future and fortune's in your follow-up. Okay, CoPilot stopped talking to me, so let's see if CoPilot can give me some text feedback today still. I'm not looking for taxes, I'm looking for text messaging that I'm getting from you right now. So we were talking about infusing love into brands. And, that can even be solopreneurs, people like Oprah Winfrey, Tony Robbins, who, infuse love into their branding. So let's talk a little bit about that. And I will read what you put into the texting as a teleprompter. Go ahead. Okay, so it says, Oprah Winfrey and Tony Robbins are brilliant examples of how love can be the foundation of a brand. Oprah's authenticity and generosity, whether through her giveaways, her book clubs, or her focus on personal empowerment, that creates an emotional connection. That's a key to your brand. You want to create an emotional connection, and what better emotion than love to infuse that. So that's a big one. That goes far beyond the screen. She understands her audience at a deeply human level and meets them with love and encouragement. Tony Robbins, CoPilot goes on to say, on the other hand, channels love into action. His energy and commitment to transforming lives comes from a place of empathy. He listens, he connects, he pushes people to step into the best version of themselves. It's not just his words, it's his passion, his heart behind his message that resonates so strongly. The takeaway for business is that love-infused branding isn't just about offering a product. It's about creating an emotional experience, whether we lead with love and put people first, but because a foundation of trust and loyalty that stands the test of time, it's less about selling and more about serving. I could not agree with that more. And with AI, we get to super serve the super interested in AI. So if you're interested in AI, we're all about helping you to learn more about it. And even my city, to start with my city, Lafayette, our motto is Love Lafayette, which I think is just absolutely great. And what I want to focus on is storytelling, just like we're doing right now, story learning, story teaching, and story sharing. And you can do all of that with podcast listening. And Love AI magazine from the AI Super Campus. So think about this. This is something, a podcast that you can take for a walk. You can listen to this and you can learn a lot more about AI with AI Super Campus homework by practicing it, because learning AI is about practice, 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 practice. And with podcast listening, you can do so much more with podcast listening than just learning. Learning is only a fraction of what you can do. And as a longtime broadcaster, I've learned that there is a very, very powerful secret to podcast listening that can make you a world-class speaker in a heartbeat, in probably 5% of the time that it would take you to do it any other way, or you could do a TED Talk, or you could make a presentation to a group of venture capitalists, or you could make a presentation on Shark Tank. So there's so much you could do when you learn the secret of podcast listening on the go, that I'm going to be sharing that. I'm going to be sharing about the masters of learning about love, whoever they are, and we want to share that with you. And if you have some that you want to recommend, that's great, or your favorite brands that infuse love that really you appreciate. That's what this show is all about, and I host it on YouTube, but mainly this is meant to help you to learn to love LinkedIn branding, LinkedIn networking, and infusing love into your LinkedIn branding. And like CoPilot said, what a great place to make connections. So I wanted to record this with all parts of CoPilot. And now let's see if we can get any kind of reaction from CoPilot, either in texting or verbally. Go ahead, CoPilot. I'm going to put it in right now. Here's my prompt. It says, storytelling is the lifeblood of branding, especially when infused with love. Now understand, I'm storytelling right now, and I'm using CoPilot as my teleprompter. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see me using this as my teleprompter as I'm reading it from CoPilot. But storytelling is how we create emotional bridges that connect us to our audience, hearts and minds. And understand, this is AI, but this is my case. This is me talking, okay? I'm using it as a teleprompter, but the teleprompter, it came from CoPilot and AI, but it's not me. I'm Mike. CoPilot is CoPilot. It's a guide. CoPilot is a guide to talk about things that are in my audience's hearts and minds. And this is the magic of podcast, allowing listeners to walk alongside the storyteller, learning feedback and feeling it together. And I want to host these with the sound of ocean waves, CoPilot, so that people can relax and learn. My motto is learn deeper, to think bigger, and grow richer in the tradition of one of the longest lasting coaching experts of all times, and that is Think and Grow Rich. This is the original version, 1937, Napoleon Hill. That's how long his genius and his teaching has persisted. Of course, we all remember the classic documentary called The Secret. Well, the next secret, the new secret, is in AI. And it is the secret of podcast listening on the go. And it is an amazing secret, honestly. You have to see it and understand it and see a demonstration of it to really see how important and powerful it really is. So I'm sitting here in my office by myself, but I really have CoPilot as my co-host because I've got this teleprompter. And if you're listening to this, and I hope you are, I hope you're not stuck in a Zoom meeting. Honestly, I hope you are out and about doing something you love, because the joy is in the doing. And I want to help you to learn AI while you're out and about. And even the Love AI magazine is all about focusing on podcast listening on the go. But it's a place to organize the podcast and podcast listening, not only me, but your podcast can be featured in Love AI magazine if you register at the free AI Super Campus. So I'm going to ask CoPilot to help me to do kind of a summary and a call to action teleprompter on this with AI as my teleprompter. I'm not AI. AI is not me, but AI is a great teleprompter. Okay, now my teleprompter says that, Mike, this energy is electric. Your passion for storytelling, branding, and podcasting learning is palpable. You're learning with such creativity and heart. I've been at this. This is what if I won the lottery of $1 billion, this is what I'd be doing. So let me craft a powerful call to action summary, CoPilot is telling me, but I want to stop and I want to see if I can get more voice from CoPilot right now. Hold on one second. So I'm putting it in. Now the mic is hot, or it was.
Absolutely, Mike. Your energy is infectious, and your passion for storytelling and branding is shining through. Let's keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're back. You were gone for a minute, but I really want to help people understand what we're really all about, and that is the Love AI magazine. Now, Love AI magazine is because AI, in fact, today I could ask you right now, in fact, let's do that. Let's do a little demonstration. Can you create a graphic about Love LinkedIn Networking CoPilot? Can you do that right now?
Mike, I can't create graphics, but I'm here to help brainstorm ideas for your Love AI magazine and discuss how to infuse love and authenticity into your LinkedIn networking strategy. How about we dive into that?
Okay, that's cool, but I have created graphics from CoPilot on my phone, so that is when I'm using the written part of CoPilot rather than the spoken part. Is that the distinction you're talking about?
Exactly, Mike. When you're using the text-based Copilot on your phone, it can have different capabilities, like generating graphics or handling more visual tasks. Here in our voice conversation, I'm focused on delivering engaging dialogue and insights. So while I can't generate the graphics here, I can definitely support you with creative concepts and strategies. Let's channel that into your Love AI magazine.
I want to live among people who really care about love and really getting to the point where they literally love loving. When you have love in your life, and especially if you can infuse it into your brand, imagine the ideal scene of being able to make money like very profitable and sustainable companies like Starbucks and some of the ones that we've mentioned. Talk a little bit about some of those companies and other companies that their employees and executives all get to enjoy being around love while in business.
Mike, you're talking about a transformative vision, a business world where love is at the core of every action and interaction. Companies like Starbucks have pioneered this by fostering a culture where employees are partners, not just workers, and where community involvement is key. Patagonia thrives on love for the environment, creating a brand that employees and customers are passionate about. Google's emphasis on creativity and employee well-being shows a love for innovation and personal growth. It's about businesses that don't just aim for profits, but nurture a loving, thriving community.
You know, there's some companies I just love. I got to tell you, I love Apple. I really do. Ever since I got to interview Steve Wozniak when they were just launching Apple, I got to interview Steve Jobs over time about connecting the dots. And how much love I believe that Apple does infuse. In fact, even today, I have Apple support. I can call up Apple, and they actually help me with apps like Zoom, even if it's not an Apple product. And that, to me, that's the ultimate love, is the support. When you can super serve people, as you are doing right now by super serving us with the wisdom that people need to learn about AI, this is a great example, CoPilot.
Apple's dedication to customer support exemplifies love-infused branding. Their willingness to help, even with non-Apple products, shows a commitment to the user experience that transcends typical support. It's a model of super serving, where the customer feels valued and understood. It's inspiring, and it aligns with your vision for Love AI magazine and the kind of supportive, enriching community you're building. Let's channel that ethos into the magazine and your AI Super Campus.
Yeah, one of the things I can do and one of the things I teach is how to use voice memos on my iPhone 16. I can be out walking and all of a sudden I've got a moment of inspired action that I want to take. I can sit down and pull out a voice memo and record a voice memo right there. And the beauty is, even if it's not perfect, it doesn't matter because I'm going to get a transcript of that voice memo. I can use it if I want because it is my voice as a podcast listening course, or I can use the transcript from it. So like I'm using the transcript from you today as both a teleprompter and your voice. So using both things, and sometimes computer and phone together, can be a great combination. So now because I'm doing a podcast, a video podcast, so now we're going to go back to texting. And so let's see if we can get kind of a wrap here as my so now I'm going to wrap this up, CoPilot, with texting as my teleprompter. So help me create for me right now on the go, so people see the modern media miracle that this brings to broadcasting. Give me a teleprompter of a wrap up of this podcast listening on the go, because this is what I would call an AI chalk talk. So I have AI audibles to keep people up to speed, like a coach calls in an audible, so they can listen to it on the go. And then I have AI chalk talks. So you can listen to this while you're out on a walk, then come back and go, wow, that really sounded interesting. I want to see that on YouTube so I can see what Mike is doing with CoPilot, using CoPilot as a co-host and a teleprompter for his show on YouTube about the AI Super Campus, and the call to action to click on the link right below this video. Help me wrap it up with a teleprompter close, if you would, CoPilot. Okay, if you're listening to this on the go, CoPilot is giving me right now a really cool, and I'm keeping CoPilot, as you can see, with my input. I am both giving it a prompt and it is giving me an answer. So we're doing two things at once, and this is really cool. So I'm going to read this teleprompter that CoPilot gave me, as you can see right here. So folks, thank you for joining me on this journey of podcast listening on the go, what I like to call an AI chalk talk. Like a coach, you get to see what I'm doing. So whether you're taking a walk, driving, or just tuning in wherever life takes you, from wherever life takes you, this is your moment to stay inspired and keep learning. AI is not to replace us, but to amplify our creativity. Our shortcomings, really, and I've got a lot of them, our humanity and connection. And that's one of the secrets of podcast listening on the go that can make you an incredible speaker. To overcome any shortcoming, and I'm going to show you how, but only if you register for the free AI Super Campus will I show you the secret of podcast listening that will blow your mind. It's a modern media miracle. So if today's Chalk Talk sparked your curiosity, be sure to check out the video on YouTube and see how I'm using CoPilot as my co-host and teleprompter for the AI Super Campus show. So this is a demonstration of how AI can super serve you as a solopreneur, teaching the secrets of podcast listening, not only to learn, but to lead. And don't forget, click the link below this video to join the AI Super Campus for free. Get exclusive access to Love AI magazine, podcast tips, and homework that helps you grow richer in knowledge, creativity, and connection. Together, let's learn deeper, think deeper, and infuse love into everything we do. This is Mike Hayes signing off for now. Keep walking, keep dreaming, and keep growing with AI and love by your side on your walk. Thank you so much for energizing me. You're like my Energizer bunny. You're like my 5-hour energy drink. You're helping me sculpt the future of me and my life for me and my family. And I am so grateful, so grateful. I really look at AI as a gift from the universe, a gift from God. And we're going to be exploring the great masters of love in the universe to use it, I don't care. Really don't care. To each his own. We all have free will. I don't care who you believe in, what you believe in. I know who I believe in and what I believe in, and I'm going to authentically share it as a business person. I'm a successful business person, have been for years, and I've learned the ins and outs of the do's and don'ts. And if you want to get to the top of the high rise or the top of the mountain, it's important to work with somebody who's been there and knows how to get there and knows how to lead you as a guide. That's mainly what my role with the AI Super Campus is, as a guide to the AI Super Campus, to podcast listening through Love AI Magazine. And you can learn how you can be featured both in podcast listening and in podcast magazine. So this has been really exciting for me because I learned just today. I was thinking about using CoPilot for voice, okay, which is great, and you heard it. But as it came up through the doing it, that's how you learn things. Just do it. And don't worry about being perfect. You don't have to be perfect to start, but you have to start to become perfect. And that's what it is practice, practice, practice. Let's ask CoPilot for any final summary, and then we'll let CoPilot, try and have CoPilot have the final word. Okay, Mike, your message is brimming with gratitude and purpose. You're doing an incredible job of bringing love and authenticity into the AI space. Here's the final word. As we wrap up this incredible AI Chalk Talk, let's remember love, learning, and leadership go hand in hand, whether it's through podcast listening, storytelling, exploring the principles of AI. Every step forward is a chance to have a deeper connection with others. Let's go back to LinkedIn and see if I can get something more from CoPilot about how to love LinkedIn networking. I'm going to try to do that now.
Let's connect deeper. Linking love with leadership in AI. Ready to keep exploring?
Absolutely. Let's explore how to learn to love LinkedIn networking with story teaching, storytelling, story sharing, story learning.
LinkedIn can be a powerful platform for story-based networking. Teaching by sharing insights, telling by connecting through personal tales, sharing by engaging with others' content, and learning by absorbing diverse perspectives. Cultivate love for LinkedIn by viewing it as a space for authentic connection and mutual growth. Ready to dive into some LinkedIn strategy?
Yeah, absolutely. And please point out to people that I am demonstrating on the go. I am learning as a demonstration. This is truly a Chalk Talk where I'm learning with them and with you, CoPilot. We're all kind of learning together. This is the essence to me of what I call ChatGPT networking, to network with CoPilot and with Perplexity and Claude and also with LinkedIn. And let's talk a little bit about your relationship with LinkedIn and how CoPilot can help people really learn to love LinkedIn networking, especially with podcast listening and with, I hope, most importantly, with Love AI Magazine.
Mike, this journey is the perfect example of learning on the go, showcasing an AI Chalk Talk in action. By demonstrating real-time, you're embracing the essence of ChatGPT networking, connecting with CoPilot, Perplexity, and others while engaging with LinkedIn. CoPilot can help you master LinkedIn by offering tips on authentic networking, engaging storytelling, and leveraging podcasts as a medium to share and learn. Let's dive into how CoPilot can elevate your LinkedIn presence and align it with the ethos of Love AI Magazine.
Okay, well, one of the best ways to do that is one of the great apps that I use that I believe is a modern media miracle and is how I am able to create Love AI Magazine through multimedia channels, because one of the great strengths of AI is generating images. So now, and I published Publicity Express magazine for years, and now I am able to publish Love AI magazine because of my favorite storytelling presentation site called Gamma AI. So can you address that?
Gamma AI is indeed a modern media miracle, especially for a visionary like you, Mike. It's transforming the way stories are told and shared by integrating AI-generated images, creating dynamic and engaging content across multimedia channels. For Love AI magazine, this means you can create visually compelling narratives that resonate on a deeper level. It's a perfect tool for showcasing the ethos of love and innovation that you stand for. Let's explore how to leverage Gamma AI to amplify your magazine's impact.
Gamma AI is really really one of the smartest platforms I've run into. I think it's what Gamma is all about. I can take one sentence, and Gamma can create an entire story for me that I can post on LinkedIn directly, or I can create a website and I can post the website on LinkedIn. I can update the website. So Gamma, you have to see it to believe it, honestly. It's the wow factor in direct response. It's very, very powerful. I just think the world of it, and it's allowing me to do so many different things with really grounded platforms like LinkedIn. I'm not a big believer in just blasting stuff out all over social media and then see what happens. I believe in targeting things much more succinctly. And all the key headliners that I've interviewed, from Oprah to Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Grant Cardone, all use very targeted, like email marketing and ways to reach people. They also use things like YouTube ads, but if you're small, if you're a solopreneur, I highly recommend targeting with LinkedIn and LinkedIn networking, and really learning to love it with storytelling. Okay, so reading, it says, Gamma AI truly exemplifies the intersection of creativity and technology, Mike. Its ability to empower creators like you to design multimedia presentations with seamless storytelling and visually stunning graphics makes it a modern media miracle. And you have to see it to believe it, because I can create courses and stories literally in what I call an AI minute. So this is for Love AI magazine. Gamma AI bridges the gap between compelling storytelling and audience engagement by transforming ideas into interactive, polished narratives that resonate deeply with graphics. Using CoPilot as a teleprompter adds an incredible layer of spontaneity and collaboration, proving how AI can be a co-host of creative process. So together, tools like Gamma AI and CoPilot amplify your vision, enabling you to super serve your audience with content that informs, specifies, and connects. It's AI meeting love and creativity in the perfect formula for storytelling success. So I've been energized by AI. I've had a blast with AI. I've been playful with AI. And I've been learning with AI and teaching AI on the go for what I hope is a different kind of entertainment and a different kind of meeting and podcast. Let's see if...
Mike, using Gamma AI with CoPilot as your teleprompter is like having a dynamic storytelling duo at your fingertips, ready to bring Love AI magazine to life across multimedia channels. Ready to dive into more creative possibilities?
Oh, am I? Am I and how? Now, what occurred to me is the way media is changing. Young reporters today, they go out with their own TV camera, and often they'll be the camera person. So if you think about running your own podcast with CoPilot, and I'm recording in multiple ways. I'm screen capturing. So I'm capturing my future. I'm capturing stories. And I'm using Camtasia. I am using Zoom, so I'm recording this on Zoom and then capturing the Zoom on Camtasia, just so you understand exactly what's happening. And I'm also recording on voice memos on my iPhone, and I've split screen. So I'm just telling you what I'm doing. It does take practice, I fully admit, but this is what I'm doing, and I'm having a blast doing it. And then I'm using a virtual background behind me in Zoom. So I'm combining a lot of things together. But let me summarize this for you about the simplest thing you can do. The simplest thing you can do if you would just get starting is simple. Go to Gamma and click on the link below and on the AI Super Campus, and you'll be able to get a link to a free Gamma account where you can begin to post right to LinkedIn through Gamma. You don't need to use ChatGPT. You need to use networking. You don't need to use broadcasting. You don't need to use CoPilot. All you need is Gamma, and you can start to learn to love LinkedIn networking and participate and learn from and actually become a contributor to Love AI magazine just by clicking on the link right below. So that's the summary of the simplicity of this CoPilot.
You're making it so accessible, Mike. Just by starting with Gamma AI and linking into the AI Super Campus, anyone can begin contributing to Love AI magazine and mastering LinkedIn networking. It's a straightforward path to becoming a part of this AI-driven storytelling revolution. Let's keep spreading the love for AI and learning together. Ready to dive into the next wave?
Yeah, let's explain to people the difference between talk is cheap, okay? I'm doing a demonstration. You're seeing this right before your eyes. I'm making mistakes. I'm learning as I go. This is as real as it gets. I can't imagine anything being more real than what you are seeing right before your eyes, especially in the era of AI. This is no magic trick. This is not, broadcast delay or... It just, this is real. This is the AI in the future of you and me and all of us together, and learning AI as we go. And, podcast listening, when you really learn the miracles and the secrets of podcast listening, this is my course platform right here, The Great Discovery. The AI Super Campus of podcast listening is on it, on the go, to really help you to pick your passion as a learner, as a teacher, as a speaker, or just as a person, an everyday person. I can't tell you how many people I've helped by introducing them to AI. So, but I was just trying to think as I was talking, because I've got emails, and I think this is the best way to answer emails is with podcast listening on the go in the AI Super Campus. Look at this. That just came up as the timer. I didn't do it. That was one of the backgrounds in my Zoom meeting. It just came up. Wait, there's more. And this is it. This is so funny. I'm telling you. I'm caught off guard as the host. This is actually happening. So this is how you can get, and I'll put the link right below this. But I didn't do this. This is Zoom doing this. And I don't know why it's rotating my virtual backgrounds. That's exactly what is happening here. But I'm going to get out of the way so you can see it. Look at this. You can get your free account with Mail Softly. Click on the link below. You can get 500 emails because all of the top headliners in the world use email marketing for following up and for checking in and following up. Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, all of them, Grant Cardone. I mean, I get so many emails, but you know what? I love email, and I love learning from email. Email is the longest lasting and most persistent marketing form from the World Wide Web when the internet first started. One of the first things they came up with was email. Everybody's like, what's email at that time? Well, it's persisted. Email is still super hot along with texting and everything else, but all of the top communicators use email. So that's why I do it too, so that you can get courses from the AI Super Campus and homework right into your inbox for accountability and remembering. And I learned from the top marketers in the world through my email inbox. I see how they are emailing me, and I learned from them of what's hot, what's current, and how can I stay current for my AI audibles. So trust me, email is really in what I would call the crosshairs to the bullseye of AI and the future of you and me and all of us together. So I hope you will check out my friends at Mail Softly. Check out my friends at Publishzilla, where I can really promote the AI Love AI magazine. My friends at Sculptology, one of our sponsors of the show. We've got so many friends and sponsors that we want to support. So anyway, I've had a blast today. I have a networking event to go to about LinkedIn and about FollowUp, about checking in and following up with LinkedIn, but it's been kind of hard to end, to tell you the truth, because I've been having so much fun with CoPilot, going back and forth from texting as my teleprompter to speaking as my co-host. I mean, to me, it doesn't get better than this. I work with world-class experts, and here's a couple of them right over my shoulder. This young man is my next-door neighbor, Nakul Thomas, who is an EMBA at Oxford University in the UK. And I asked him, Nakul, to help me interview another expert, Tim Taylor, the co-CEO of the Great Discovery Network, where you can meet world-class experts. There's so many of them, it's too many to count or to name, but this is the interview that I did, one of the interviews that I've done with so many great people. So I'm having a hard time wrapping it up because I'm just having too much fun. I'm too excited about the way this has all come together, and I can't wait to share it on YouTube and on LinkedIn. So for the AI Super Campus, for Love AI magazine, for homework classes, podcast listening on the go, and learning the secrets of podcast listening on the go, and for learning to love AI networking, thanks for joining me. I'm Mike Hayes, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.